Hi everyone! So I have a guest here, Katarina's here, and we thought we would do something fun. We always like baking and having adventures. So I'm on a new kick to start creating my own sourdough starter. So we're going to show you, actually Katarina's going to show you, I will walk her through it, how to make your own starter. Okay, so bear with us because this is going to be a several day process. But by the time you're watching this video, it's all gonna be together in that one day. So, you ready? All right, we'll show you our ingredients. Hold on. All right, so what we have is, Vanna, can you show us our whole wheat flour? How much? We've got a cup there of that. So you're gonna put that in a food grade container that's at least quart size. Go for it. Yeah, doesn't want to come out. So you could do, I did 100% whole wheat. I would prefer normally to do organic. Oh, hi, Diego. He decided to bust in. Yeah, there they are. Doggy interruption. So we have, I just made sure it was 100% whole wheat. I would prefer to do organic. And that's probably what I'll end up switching to once this is gone, since we have to feed. But as we're feeding and like doing discard stuff, I was just trying to do what worked with the budget. I will use my discard and show that in other videos. So, because I hate wasting things, and a friend of mine told me what to do with it. And I was like, woo! All right, so we've got the flour in here. Make sure it's, again, at least a quart size, so it can grow. And then I will probably transfer this, and we'll probably show that when we go to transfer it once it gets going into a container once I get it cleaned. I'm gonna do a mason jar. All right, so then here we have room temperature. I did filtered water. You don't have to from everything I was reading. You can do your tap as long as it doesn't have a meter smell or color or, you know, things like that. But our room temperature water was in our filter system, in our Berkey. So go ahead and pour that in. It's 1 cup, or half, sorry, thank you, she's correcting me. This is why there's 2 of us doing this. And then you're going to stir it really well and make sure there's no dry flour. Yeah, see, this is all you're doing is stirring. Now the trick is, after we get this all combined, we let it sit at room temperature. Now, if your house is not at 70 degrees, because you want it about 70 degrees, if it's under that, like most houses might be 68, ours is about 67, you're gonna wanna put it then on top of an appliance or near an appliance, or put it like on your stove with the light on. So you can set it on your stove and leave that light, overhead light on, and that would help, that would give it enough heat. Or we're gonna probably put it on top of the fridge. We'll figure that out once we get this going, because if your house is too cool, you know, that's something we need to do. We'll try and include a link in the description of the recipe I'm following and using, so you guys can read all the notes that I was reading and following. Wow, looks so dry. Mm-hmm. But I can see what they mean by making sure there's no dry flour. She's got the sides pretty good, not all the way. Yeah, we use a spatula. We could probably use a harder spoon or use your hands if they're clean. It's just making sure you get all the dry stuff in this glob of, looks like goop. Mm-hmm. I think they're pretty good.
Is it good?
Looks like I would scrape the sides a little bit more. So you see a little bit there. This is one of my older containers. did a really good job. Perfect. All right, so it says to, oh, you got a little goodie on there. You'd have to use your fingers just get it off, but. It says to cover, but loosely so that it can breathe. So we're gonna kind of tilt it on there, and then we're gonna make sure this top part is uncovered, or like covered, but not, yeah, you don't have to push this all the way down.
That part down all the way. Okay.
We're just gonna leave it all kind of loose and give it plenty of room to, I mean, this can go on,
Okay.
but it's not sealed, so gases can escape. So that's it. That was easy, right? We'll show you day 2 and the next steps next. That's not working. It's hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time.
Mine are all
No,
messy.
you're fine. I know they're messy. I'm just trying. Okay.
There we go. Here?
Yep. Perfect. Then we're gonna do another. Just do that, and then oops, scoot it back with you a little. We're gonna go over the side if I don't. Yeah, those who are like pastry chefs are probably cringing right now, going, "That's not how you do it." Come on, I'm trying to show practical life here of how someone may do this. And how we're doing it, and we'll see if it's a flop. All right, I have half a cup of, this is room temperature water from our filtered water. We're gonna add that in. And then you're gonna stir. This time I got the wooden spoon because I thought it might be a little bit easier since you've already got something started in there. And we're just gonna mix it all together. And then what we'll have to do is let it sit again. We had it on the stove with the light, but our power went out a couple times yesterday due to storms. So I ended up just putting it on top of the fridge. And I think that's going to be where it stays. It seems a little warmer up there. And then I did put our house up to 68 from 67 just to help the process too. We were getting a little cold too because we had a little chill. It looks like it's a little easier than yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Is it tough?
Kind of.
Kind of, okay. So I know eventually it's going to start bubbling and fermenting. A lot of things I've read, so I'm curious to see how long this takes. Said that basically the fermentation, like to start getting those good bubbles, could take 7 days, could take 14 days, could take, those 2 weeks instead of, 5 days. So it's really watching how it works and how it's doing it and kind of letting it do its own thing, which is kind of nice and easy. I feel like this is simple. It's water and flour and time, basically. Yeah, it's sticking. You're okay. I think you got a lot of the main parts of it mixed in. Got some on the spoon. It looks more like yesterday. It looked almost like a tough dough. It looks a little bit more pliable. Does it feel more pliable? Okay. See, I'm not touching it. She's working with it. She worked with it on day 1.
It's easier.
It's easier? Okay. So something's happening, right? Because technically we added a cup and we had, say, half a cup, maybe 3/4 a cup already there. So it must be growing.
Is that good?
I think so. Here we go. It didn't look so happy, you're right, but look at that. It looks better.
There we go.
All right, go ahead and scoop some of that off. We're gonna cover it loosely. I may just put cheesecloth over and then put this back on because I've noticed we've got some fruit flies in the house. Yes, we are in warmer weather mainly, and fruit flies are out. So I'm probably gonna put this on a little bit tighter, put the cheesecloth underneath, and then let it breathe that way. All right, here we go. we will share the next step soon. All right, this is day 3. So we ended up actually leaving this kind of off, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. But I sealed that. I put this over because I left that off thinking it'll breathe. It's actually moist. Feel that?
Oh, yeah.
There's moisture. So you can see there's actually been activity and bubbles. See that? It was like a blob like that yesterday. That's the discard. And this is, there's some bubbles. So there's activity, and it said there would be. So what we're gonna do is Katarina is going to just wash your hands, I promise. She's gonna take the whole thing out and hold it. Actually, kind of mix it with your hand. Hold it in your hand. And then we gotta measure it back into this scale, and we're looking for 113 grams. So pull that all out. Kind of mix it if you can. How does it feel?
It's sticky and wet.
Ooh, it's working.
It smells weird.
It smells weird?
I think so.
Yeah, it's supposed to start having an odor. That's the fermentation process. This is supposed to smell fruity. Does it smell fruity?
No. I don't think
Ooh,
so.
it does smell funny. It's the wheat. It's like kind of fruity, but
Kind of not.
yeah.
Smell like gross rotting fruit.
Yeah, I agree.
Is
All right.
that good?
That's good. So, we're not being perfect, you guys. No one is. We're gonna tear. All right. Start adding some until we get to 113. Ooh. Okay. Put that in here. Boop. Best you can. Oh yeah, it does really smell.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hello. It smells like fermentation. Okay, 109. So 111, 112. Ooh, just a touch. Just a touch. So interesting. It's being. You can do a tiny more, just to be sure. So do you go outside? That's fine. Just leave it. All right, the rest is going in here. So this is our discard. Your hands are gooey. Go ahead and mix it with that one.
What?
Yep, that's fine. Because we're gonna use it later. See how different those are? She's like, yeah, I'm touching it and you're not. And the color is different. But I know we need to mix it because we're gonna make something with it when we get enough in this bowl. And this I've been putting in the fridge. Oh, that looks better. Okay, that'll probably help. All right, I think you're good. All right, if you want to go rinse your hands, you can. It's all right. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put this to the side. I forgot to grab the flour, you guys. All over the place right now. That's what we have in there. Putting this in the fridge. I haven't covered it all the way. I kind of leave it, I don't airtight it. We have half a cup of water, and again, filtered water. And then you're gonna need a cup of your flour to feed this beautiful whole wheat sourdough. All right. When you're ready. You okay?
Yeah, I'm still.
She's still covered in flour. A goopy mess. So while we're waiting for Katarina. It's okay. It washes out. It's been over 24 hours. It said 24 hours. Go ahead and measure out. then you do this process again. And then they're saying basically, since it's already starting to do the fermentation stuff and you can smell it and see it, you feed it every 12 hours for the next couple days. So it's been more than 24 hours. We've been busy. We've kind of forgotten about it, but this is very generous, and I'm noticing that. So it's it's fine. It's doing its thing, and you do what you can. And you're gonna do water. So here's our half cup of our filtered water that's at room temperature. And then stir. So keep that in mind. You don't have to be like right. It also, the instructions said as your schedule allows. So it is easy. I mean, we forgot about it. I forgot about it today. I don't know if Katarina did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about it. So in the morning, because this is now evening and it's definitely many hours, past 24 hours since we did this yesterday. We will try and remember, I'll try and remember to do it in the morning around 9 a.m. And then, again, probably not at 9 p.m. I might do a little bit earlier than that, but, yeah, who knows? It could be 9 p.m. by the time we remember. Looks good. So super easy. It looks like it's getting easier to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Compared to the first day. So you're just making sure all the flour is really mixed in. It's all wet and nice and gooey. We're just repeating this for the next couple of days. All right, we're gonna finish this, cover it, and put it back on top of the fridge, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Hi everyone, we're on day 3, and we're technically supposed to feed it this morning. I completely spaced it. I think Katarina forgot. That's what it looks like. And this was what we had left over yesterday. It's been in the fridge. That's why it's all frosty. So we're going to have to repeat the step that we had for day 2 to feed it. And again, I was supposed to do this twice today. Dogs are excited we're home. Oh, it's warm. Has it been warm for you? So this time, Katarina's behind the screen. You guys did background noise this whole time. All right, so the goal is, they sound like they're fighting or not, I promise. I need 113 grams. So this is so gooey. I did wash my hands. That's a lot more than, that's gooey. Oy, it's like gum on your hands. Is that what you experienced?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it smells, you guys. I don't know if it smells stronger. Let me know when I get to 113 there.
Oh.
Oh, we're so
A little more.
Woohoo!
Yay.
We did it. Okay. So, hands are nice and gooey. I'm gonna wash them quickly. Oh, wait. No, because we need to stir this. Oh, that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes in the fridge, which we may make some sourdough crackers with this today if we feel like it. We wanted to get some painting done. I don't know. But I'm gonna mix this together. This is 3 days worth of starter. Oh, it smells, guys. They say it's gonna smell kind of fruity, but it makes me think of, fermentation. If you smell fermentation and like fruit just going bad, that's what it smells like. Diego, it's not time for that yet. They want to eat. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands now so that I can stir that. that was a quick wash. So this is gonna go back in the fridge. I've got a cup of flour. That's about like half a cup, I guess, of dough. We're gonna put that to the side. And again, you're adding your half a cup of flour. Super easy. Or not half a cup, a cup of flour. You just hold the on-off switch. And we have half a cup of my filtered water. So you can do tap water. Now we're just gonna mix. Water and flour and time is all it takes to make sourdough, which is amazing. So, Katarina made it look so easy, you guys. I mean, it's not as hard as it could be. It could be very hard to mix, but we're trying to mix all the flour together to feed the starter with the water. Did you find the wood spoon was easier than doing like the spatula?
Yeah.
It's definitely warm, so it tells me it's active. Diego licking your toes?
Just my shoes again.
Diego.
I think it's the other shoe this time.
So I should, if we're up late, I may do it again. I know it's not 12 hours. Otherwise, I'll just wait and I'll try to set a reminder to do it in the morning. Again, as the direction says, it said, as your schedule allows, do it every 12 hours. Or as your brain remembers. So if you know you're one who's going to forget like I did, you can feed it or set a reminder or alarm for yourself in the morning or when your time's up. I'm trying to get it all mixed. You made it look so easy. It is a little tough. You're kneading it almost. Buddy just came in. I think I'm gonna use my fingers at this point. I could have left them gooey. Maybe I should have. But I feel like, yeah, that's a little easier. Cracking my nut.
Is that what that was?
Yes. Not the ball. Diego, hold on a second. Mommy's almost done. Hi, bud. Yeah, I think we've just got it. I'm trying to get the sides here a little bit.
Kind of big.
I think.
It's walking in between my legs.
Boy. No. All right. We'll leave this little blobby bob in here. It's really not that hard. I don't have a ton on my hands, so I probably could have left it off, and then it goes back on top of the freezer or the fridge. So there you go. We're on day 4. I think I can count. This is actually the second feeding. I remembered to do it this morning, but I didn't video it. So I'm going to take this all out. Here. And I need 113 grams again.
Oh.
We're gonna call it. So we used 2 cups of this discard this morning, and we made some really tasty whole wheat chocolate chip sourdough pancakes with it. So it's nice that we can use this stuff for other things, and who knows what else we'll make with it tomorrow. But we're gonna keep working on this. All right, if you can move that. I'll I'm gonna add in the water. So we got our half cup, it's room temperature filtered water. And then I'm gonna do a whole cup. This is only a half, so I'm gonna have to do 2 of these. Of the whole wheat flour. Alright, and then I've just been mixing with my hands because less dishes and it just seems to go faster and easier. Just make sure you wash your hands with some water before you do any of this. But it definitely goes a lot quicker when you do your hands, I've noticed. I don't know if you can tell Katarina is mixing pretty quickly. Super sticky today compared to what it was this morning. So we'll have to do this again in the morning. It hasn't been quite 12 hours. It's close. I think we're an hour off. It's been at least 11 since I did this last. So it's, like they keep saying, pretty forgiving. And I'm pretty well mixed here. So I will call that, and then I'm gonna mix together my discard starter pile and put that in the fridge. So I'll just cover it, put it back on the freezer or fridge, freeze or fridge, either one, and let it sit for 4 hours. All right, see you guys for day 5. All right. So we let it knead for 7 minutes, and while we did that, we greased. I used coconut oil. It didn't say what to use, but that's what I had. And I greased the bowl because we're gonna have to let it sit and rise for an hour or until doubled. So, dang, I can tell it's active because I feel a little bit of heat coming from it.
Yep, just a little.
I could just tell in the bottom of the bowl. All right, so
Go from here.
we got it greased. These are still kind of tacky, but you can tell it definitely came together. So we're gonna make sure it comes together more, and then I'll just put it in the bowl. What? Got anything for me? Curious puppy in the kitchen. He smells all the things. Alrighty. So I don't think it said to do this, but I'm just doing it because then we can see, we kind of know what size it was and we can see if it's doubled by the time we're done. Get other stuff ready. So I'm gonna sit in here. You can do cheesecloth over top, but we're looking for it to double. Said that a couple times. That's the key word. So even if it's been sitting for an hour in a warm spot, if it hasn't doubled, it may need longer. All right, it said loosely cover, probably because you want it to breathe. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I think we're gonna put it on top of the fridge because that's kind of our warmer spot. And we'll see you in about an hour.